Good afternoon and welcome to Pro Flight Paddle, first tournament of the year. We're live at the Battle in the Borough at beautiful Stone Harbor, New Jersey. I'm David Broderick along with Ed Murray, and we'll be bringing you the action live courtside again down at the Jersey Shore town, Stone Harbor, New Jersey. Our first live stream match we're going to show this morning will be Broderick and Wagner versus Palmer and Rams. That's right, you've heard it correct. That was not a mix-up. Partners are playing against one another in this early season tournament. Just to bring everyone up to speed, we have 4 men's teams, we have 3 women's teams. Each team will play one another today and tomorrow, with each round, each match going towards the top prize. The format will be an 8-game pro set, no ad scoring. Server will choose which side who they serve to. There will be a tiebreaker at 7 games all. We're about to start the action. And Ed, welcome to the booth here at Pro Flight Paddle, first paddle tournament of the year.
Well, thank you very much for having me here. It's very exciting. It looks like it's a little over 85 degrees here today. Sun's a little out of the north here, but players are checking out the
what do you guys want to do?
direction of the sun right now, see how they want to manipulate lobs.
We do have a nice breeze coming off the ocean, keeping the temperature down a little bit, so it's not too hot.
We're gonna circle.
So Ed, what do you think we're going to see here in this first match between?
Well, we got Mike Wagner with the big 2-hand backhand here. We're going to see a whole bunch of that. I think we're going to see Broderick a little bit more aggressive than natural in this heat. I think they're going to take their shots. Rams, I don't believe, has ever stepped on the court or played with Jared Palmer, but they look confident. Rams is going to take the do side. Palmer's going to take the ad here. And they look confident in what they're doing. They got a strategy. As usual, it looks like Drew is teaching Mike Wagner.
No, and it should be fun at this level. You know, all the guys they can adapt to playing with different partners. You know, someone gets injured, someone can't make a tournament. They're always looking to play. All right, and there we go. The first serve by Broderick to start us out. I think it's going to be interesting just watching this match all the matches actually in the hot weather, seeing how the ball. See right there, you see a big forehand opportunity from Rams. But again, you know, it's hard to control the pace in this heat. And if they do hit it hard and it does stay in, the ball still may come off the back screen. So it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out throughout the next 2 days in all the matches.
Jared Palmer with a nice little let cord there, winner.
And I think you're going to see if they are going to hit the ball high to Palmer's forehand or backhand, he's going to make them pay. And you see early on Wagner and Broderick right away, they're just dumping the ball soft and deep. They're not trying to create anything off the screen. Great get by Palmer there. A little early season, uncharacteristic backhand miss there from Jared. You don't see that too often.
Not at all. Oh. Error by Rams there, a little backhand short.
And we have Broderick serving 40-30. First game of the pro set that we'll be playing here in the first edition of Pro Flight Live, coming to you from beautiful Stone Harbor, New Jersey. And there we saw another example of Philippe with a big backhand, but it just turned out to be offense for Mike Wagner coming off the back screen because of the heat.
Transition's just way too quick here. Oh, big cutter there. Kind of fooled Roms.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good shot. You don't see a lefty hitting it into the ad corner that often off the side screen like that. So that was a little bit of a tricky one for Roms in that corner. Again, Broderick Wagner with a 1-love lead, and it will be an 8-game pro set. Tiebreaker at 7-all. No ad scoring. Server gets to choose side that they serve to. Ed, we have a great crowd here this morning or this afternoon. Over 100 people here watching. If you're in the area, stop down to the 97th Street pickleball courts. Pickleball paddle courts.
No, there's a great crowd out here in the afternoon. It's warm, but the stands are filled. People are at the tables. Get some more people arriving here. Again, there'll be a second match, so I expect people in here till 5, 6, 7 o'clock.
Ed, we have Hall of Famer Bobo Delaney in the crowd watching. Always good to see Bobo.
I saw that. I had a nice conversation with Bobo. She was excited to see this play.
We have longtime chairman and chairwoman of the Short Hills Invitational, Mark and Katie Bliss here. And so we're in the second game here of Broderick Wagner versus Palmer Rams, with Broderick Wagner up 1-0. We're joined in the booth by TK, Tom King, tournament organizer, chairman.
Hey, Dave,
What other titles can we give you for this?
Whatever you want.
Head fundraiser with sponsorship.
Yeah, this is something we really look forward to every year. It's really great. This whole paddle community in Stone Harbor is just really starting to take off. We got these courts here about 2 years ago, and 2 years ago they were just built, 3 courts, and the next closest area that has paddle courts is pretty far away. So this is a great area. We're trying to convert the local community of tennis players to paddle, and being able to see this quality and level of play is really, really inspiring, and they get a chance to see what it should be played like.
Yeah, no, Ed and I were just talking about a great turnout so far. You know, just driving around town, going to different places the last couple of days. It's been well publicized, and it seems like there was a good buzz around town.
Yeah, there really was. And the other thing that makes this such a good tournament is we have really strong sponsors here. My company is one of the big sponsors here, and we really love to do this every year. Max Pizza, who has been at the shore for forever, and they're all part of this great institution of shore pizza from Ocean City all the way down to Wildwood to here in Stone Harbor. They've been around, still the best pizza at the shore. And then we have Bounce Back Physical Therapy, who does a great job in PT in our area of Pennsylvania in the main line. They really do amazing things without surgery and get you back to playing as strongly as you can. And finally, RJ Sones with Compass Real Estate. They grew up here, and they know this place better than anybody. They're really good. All the rentals and all the sales, really, really good. Meanwhile, this is a great match that's here.
We're in the third game, TK, and Broderick and Wagner are up 2-0, but they are currently down 15-40 in this third game. Again, we're playing 8-game pro sets, 7-all tiebreaker. No ad scoring.
Even though there's a light sea breeze here, Dave, you know, it's pretty warm, which means long rallies. These guys are getting everything.
It is warm, but it is comfortable. And
Yep.
we were talking about this earlier, where it's going to be interesting to see how the weather plays a factor in winning points, finishing points, because, you know, a good shot can instantly become offense for the other team using the screens with the weather conditions, with the lively ball. And we have Broderick Wagner is up 2-1 here in the first match of the first event of Pro Flight Live of the season down in beautiful Stone Harbor, New Jersey, the Battle in the Borough.
Yeah, this is actually the kickoff event for Pro Flight every year now, so that we love that. It's in August, and it's a good way to get started and scrape the rust off, although these guys don't look that rusty at all.
No, it's a beautiful setting, beautiful location. And I think in this match, I think that low overhead roller from Jared Palmer is going to be effective as long as he can control the speed of the ball. You saw there he hit about 4 or 5 really good ones, and then one he hit a little bit too hard, and it created the backhand opportunity for Broderick. But I think that's going to be an important shot for Jared, just to keep that overhead, that low roller overhead that he can hit so well.
Dave, did you talk at all about the format they're doing here today?
I did. We let everyone know that it's going to be 8-game pro set.
Yep.
No ad scoring. Server picks who they will serve to.
Yep. And it's like a double round robin. Every team plays everybody, each other today, and they'll do the same thing tomorrow. And in this format, every pro set won is money for a team. You know, so.
See an ace there by Rams. We're at 40-15 here. This point to tie it up at 2-all.
Great dig by Broderick in that corner.
You know, that was really good touch by Rams on that overhead.
It was.
That's going to be another thing I think we're going to see, is just with the spin and the warm weather,
Yep.
how that ball's going to react and bite. And there was a missed opportunity I think Drew wishes he had back. That's usually one of his better shots, the high forehand from above the shoulder. And again, we talked about if they hit the ball too hard, any of the players, they're going to set up offense for the other team.
So what do you think in this warm weather, Dave? Do you think it favors the net team, or you think it favors the baseline team?
Honestly, the advantage may be to the baseline team.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because it's going to be hard to put the ball away. I don't think the baseline team can drive as many balls as everyone thinks in the warm weather, even though it's going to be hard to control the volley, but it's also going to be hard to control the drive.
Yep, yeah, you're right about that.
And again, if they hit it too hard and the ball comes off the back screen, well, now it just becomes offense for the net team. But, I mean, that was a great question. I think it's going to come down to the baseline players limiting the opportunity.
Oh, a tag.
That's going to leave a mark. Love 15 here in the 5th game. TK, I think we saw a couple games ago early on where Rams had a really nice drop shot, and I think that's going to be
Yeah.
another shot that could potentially play into it. Really good close there by Mike Wagner. It's 15 all. I think you see Broderick doing it a lot here, and you saw Rams had the ace. I think in this weather also with the serves, they're going to be aiming for the nick a lot more than they normally would.
Yeah, you're right.
Just because that could be an opportunity to win an easy point. And we talked about it with Ed earlier, where that's the ball you just can't give. You can't give Jared the high forehand or backhand.
Yep.
That's the shot he's looking for.
That was a great close by Philippe before. Put it right at Broderick's feet, and that's a tough ball.
And as fast and lively as the ball is, I do think that could be a good play as well for the baseline team, is to look to speed play up with fast volleys, quick volleys.
And blitzes.
Yep. And we saw another big forehand above the shoulder from Palmer, like I said.
Yeah.
That's the shot he wants.
Yeah, you can see Drew is really loading up with spin on these shots because it bites so much in this weather.
And even like that roller,
Yep.
Wagner's aiming for the nick. He
Yep.
wants that ball to hit the nick and just shoot where none of us know where it's going. All right, 40-30, game point for Broderick Wagner to take a 3-2 lead here in the first match of the first edition of Pro Fight Live, coming to you from Stone Harbor, New Jersey.
Help, help.
Oh, that was a great dig before it got to that back wire by Jared.
All right, we have our first deuce game, deuce point here. Drew's going to serve to Jared. See how soft the net team is trying to get that ball into a screen. They want it into the screen, but they don't want it flying off the screen.
Oh, that's going to be trouble. That was a great dig by Jared. There it comes.
Yeah, above the shoulder. That's the one
Oh, that
Broderick
was a
and Wagner don't want.
great get. Here it comes. Yeah, just a little more lively off that back wire, and it gave Jared that opportunity to drive that ball.
All right, and that's a break of serve. We have Palmer Rams leading Broderick Wagner 3-2 here from live from Stone Harbor, New Jersey. And TK, again, we just want to give a shout out to the sponsors of this great event so far. That great weather, great atmosphere that's been going on. 23K Studios, Max Pizza, Bounce Back Physical Therapy, RJ Sowens of Compass Realty.
That was a great dig by Drew. A little deep.
TK, I think the pizza from Max is so good. Executive producer Big E is on his third slice.
I'll tell you, I've been eating that pizza for decades, and it is just so good. It is. It's been the same for so many years.
They're piping it in from the truck. Big E's only on his second piece.
You eat as much as you want, Evan. We've got an unlimited supply coming for you if you need it.
And again, you see the game slowing down a little bit here.
Wow, what great hands. Great flurry of volleys at the net. And you know, when it comes to patience, it's nobody better than Drew.
Yeah, and again, I think just the last game on that break of serve by Palmer and Rams, Broderick and Wagner just gave him too many offensive opportunities. Mike Wagner with a short ball there after the match. I think he knows who Philippe Rams is. I think they play together. I'm going to suggest the next time he drives the ball, not at Palmer.
Yeah.
And I know Rams is an amazing volleyer, but
Jared's just not going to miss.
Right. He still is Jared Palmer.
Lightning fast, reaction from Wagner there on a nick. There's a short ball. Great dig. Unbelievable rally going on here. Wow.
And there's the big opportunity. Just Mike Wagner went for a little bit too much on that.
Yeah, overcooked it just a little.
And I think the half-speed to three-quarter pace drive will be good enough because, again, it's going to be tough controlling the speed of the volley with the warm weather.
Yep. And when you look at these guys, Dave, you see like at least half of them here are serving underhand with topspin, just to keep that ball a little lower so they can't tee off on it, especially in this warm weather. Oh, Nick shot, nice. He reversed out and was able to get it up. Long rallies going on here.
And for those out there watching live at the net, we have Jared Palmer and Philippe Rams. Palmer in the black cap, Rams in the white cap. On the baseline, in the ad side with the green shirt, we have Drew Broderick. And on the deuce side, in the white shirt, we have Mike Wagner. Palmer from California, Rams from Pittsburgh, Broderick from New Jersey, and Wagner also from Pittsburgh.
Oh, that was Drew's favorite shot. He pinched a corner looking for that forehand overhead and got it, but a little long.
Even though it's still kind of early in the set, this is going to be a big game because you don't want to get too far behind. Oh, boy.
Wow.
I don't know if Philippe volleyed that or it hit his paddle. But I'm just glad it went back over the net.
That was a blistering drive. You know, that because they're going for the nick so much, you see a lot of these players cutting off those overheads each time, just preventing it from getting in there in the nick.
See again, Rams and Palmer looking just to keep those overheads low down the middle. This way they're not creating opportunities for Broderick and Wagner.
Tough ball, didn't come out of that side wire. Oh,
What an amazing get by Palmer there.
that was really good. And Drew set himself up for the slash, but unfortunately just nicked the top of the net and came back on his side.
I think we have Love 40 here.
Yeah. It's a long drive by Philippe.
TK, and as we've told everyone so far out there earlier, we do have 4 teams for men, 3 for women. The other match going on right now is Chris Humphreys and Felipe Osis Koenig taking on Tomas Christian and Eric West. And in the women's match, we have Vera Besanova and Gussie O'Sullivan taking on Sasha Nianova and Anna Bukian.
I was proud of you. You know, I was waiting to see how good you'd pronounce those names.
Again, we're here in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, down on 97th Street platform tennis courts. We have 3 great matches going on.
And down here, we are literally a block from the beach. You can actually feel a nice sea breeze coming from the beach. I can see it from here.
All right, well, TK, we'll see you in a little while. I know you have to go and mingle with the crowd and shake some hands. Ed, welcome back to the booth.
Thank you, Diamond Dave.
We are, we've had a couple of breaks of serve, a couple of lead changes here in this match with Broderick Wagner, Palmer, and Rams.
Excellent. On my hiatus, I went over and looked at the other men's match. It looks like Osis Koenig Humphreys are up 1 game in that set.
We have a lot of fans down here watching. And again, there's no one particular match. All 3 courts have great matches going on. So if you can't get a front row seat on one of them, there's 2 other great matches to choose from.
Nice roller out of Jared there. Jared Palmer with a nice roller on a short overhead. Dave, what do you see here? I stepped away. There's been a couple lead changes here. Obviously, you've got between Palmer and Broderick 7 national championships. Switched them around here with new partners.
Yeah, it's just, talking about it earlier, I think the weather's playing a big part of it, how the ball's bouncing around. You know, I think right now, Palmer and Rams are up 5 games to 2. We are playing first team to 8-game pro set, 7 all tiebreaker. I just think Palmer and Rams are making fewer mistakes, playing patiently, and they're capitalizing when they get the opportunities.
Can we use the other warm-up ball? Because I think we're a game ahead of it anyway, right?
It'll be interesting to see what happens here with Broderick and Wagner.
What I said was we'll go 6 just because the warm-up. But
This is going to be a big game for them to win at this stage of the match early, even though it's still kind of early. We are, they're only 3 games away from taking the first match here. And you see on the baseline, Broderick and Wagner switching sides.
I saw that. You won't find Broderick on the deuce side very often, but this is a new strategy. Mike Wagner with a big two-hand off the side screen.
I also think, just a couple of minutes ago when you asked, what do I think was happening? What's going on? I honestly, and we saw it from the last couple of backhands from Mike Wagner, Rams and Palmer are just volleying super well.
Absolutely.
I mean, really well.
I like this strategy there because you've got Mike Wagner involved now. His bread and butter is that two-hand backhand, and I think playing him on that screen where he can take it side back and just unload that. Palmer is volleying tremendously, probably the best volleyer in the game. But I think that's the way that they're going to do better here, is having Mike get more balls over there.
And this is the weather that's going to set that backhand up for him. Yes. With the ball lively coming off the back screen. It was a good setup there again. And I think, like I just said a few minutes ago, it's coming down to execution. And, the couple times where they are hitting good shots, Broderick and Wagner, Palmer and Rams they have the answer with the volley, which is very difficult in this warm weather. I mean, look at that great volley. Wow. Rare miss there.
Rare miss. But again, you don't see any of these misses long. Like in this heat, you would think that you'd see some of these volleys long, and you just don't see it. The hands are so good. Both Palmer and Rams are volleying tremendously well.
30-all here. Rams serving 5 games to 2. See another big opportunity from Broderick, and Rams with a great volley.
He had the answer.
Ed, it wouldn't be right if we didn't say hello to one of our listeners out there today, the original voice of Pro Flight Paddle, Guy Moore. He's out there watching, enjoying the Boston Red Sox game as well.
Excellent. Ball was long.
40-30, game point to take a 6-2 lead here in the first match of Pro Flight Live.
Another good cutter in there from Rams. Dave, I see Jared Palmer and Rams getting more confident here. You can see they're being more aggressive. They seem to really feel like they've got command here.
Well, I think part of that is from how well they volley. I just feel like right now they don't think there's anything that can hurt them, and that's a big part of it. First mistake there from Palmer and Rams in a while.
First time we saw the Heat really get there. Just a little long.
Oh boy, another big ball.
Oh.
That was a pretty good 1-2 combo there by Rams.
And a tremendous volley.
Another big forehand there by Jared Palmer.
Yeah. Nice little poach there from Rams. Just kind of missed the volley.
Yeah, I think you got to be careful with that cross court overhead there again to Palmer.
Mike Wagner with a long overhead.
Maybe they're getting a little too overexcited right now on that one.
That forehand was a little loose, we might say.
But it's been working. It's been working
Yep.
so far.
He has kept it down.
See, I think if they're going to hit balls cross court or Wagner's going to do that to Palmer's corner, he's got to get it into a screen.
I agree.
Palmer doing an excellent job in the screens.
I spoke with Jared earlier. Amazingly enough, he said he had not done a lot of screen work over the summer.
And there we see consequences of the heat. Rams tries to hit a soft touch overhead, bounces out of the court.
I think Broderick really bared down on that one. That was a good service game for him. He did not want to break on that one.
And in the first match of Pro Flight Live this season, Palmer Rams with a 6-3 lead here from Stone Harbor, New Jersey. The matches are 8-game pro sets, no ad scoring. Server chooses who they serve to. And again, we have 3 matches going on here at the Platform Tennis Courts on 97th Street in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. You are currently watching Drew Broderick and Mike Wagner taking on Jared Palmer and Philippe Rams. And in the other men's match, we have Chris Humphreys and Felipe Osis-Koenig taking on Tomas Christian and Eric West. And in the first women's match, we have Vera Besanova and Gussie O'Sullivan taking on Sasha Nianova and Anna Boykian. All right, we have our first result from Stone Harbor. Nianova and Boykian with an 8-4 victory over Besanova and O'Sullivan. First loose volley we've seen from Palmer and Rams in several games. Well set up again.
Very well played. Looks like we're.
I think they have to make Rams or Palmer. Wagner's got to make somebody volley that ball.
Palmer with another great volley.
And then Rams finds the nick for a winner.
Big roller to the nick.
And we talked about that earlier. That's going to be a big shot today. aiming for the nick, having that ball fly around.
I think all the players are cognizant that the ball stays down a little better. Kind of negates a little bit of the offense.
That's just a lot of spin on that overhead.
That seems to be the methodology here.
All right, Mike Wagner to serve here, 3-7.
Palmer with a beautiful forehand return. Cutter in the middle of the court from Roms. Roms is hitting.
Wagner actually overran it. Love 30 here. All right, love 40 here. We have our first match point.
And there we have it. First match out of Stone Harbor.
All right, and that's the first match in the books. We have Palmer and Rams defeating Broderick and Wagner, 8-3. We will be right back live from Stone Harbor, New Jersey, bringing you Pro Flight live. Welcome back live from Stone Harbor, New Jersey. This is David Broderick along with Ed Murray, and we are bringing you Pro Flight Live, the Battle in the Borough, the first Pro Flight event of the year. And we are moving on to round 2. In today's broadcast, we'll be bringing you a women's match in round 2. We have Anya Burkian and Sasha Nianova are taking on Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sikora. We'd like to remind everyone out there that the format will be an 8-game pro set. No ad scoring. The server gets to pick who they serve to, and there will be a tiebreaker at 7-all. I'm here in the booth with local legend Ed Murray, and he'll be giving you some of the local facts and spots if you're in the area. If you are in the area, come on down to the courts over on 97th Street. And we're about to start. Charlotte Sikora to serve. All right, it's 15-love.
Charlotte Sikora with a new serve. She was almost exclusively underhand last year. Looks like she's working on something here.
And again, we have a great crowd here. As I said it earlier, driving around town, going for breakfast or dinner, some different spots. It's been advertised very well, a lot of publicity, buzz around town. The paddle players were coming to town.
I agree. There was lots of people in spots. Saw a whole bunch of the players out this morning at a local place called the Fishing Pier. Wonderful breakfast establishment here in Stone Harbor. Locally owned by some local people.
Vincent and I actually tried to go to Uncle Bill's, but the line was a little too long, and we just couldn't do it.
Uncle Bill's is also a town favorite in both Avalon and Stone Harbor.
Also, Ed, I think we have to give a big thank you out there to Laura Owens and TK Tom King for putting this on. Great event, great atmosphere. We have sponsors booths, vendors, Max Pizza bringing pizzas down for the spectators watching. They've done a great job putting this together. And I think, what is this now, Ed? The third year down in Stone Harbor?
Third year. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Tom King does a wonderful job with the event, dealing with the sponsors. Laura Owens seems to be the rock in the duo, doing a lot of the work behind the scenes to get a tournament of this nature all set up, ready to go here in Stone Harbor.
All right, we're in game 2 of this women's live stream match. Nianova to serve, down, love 1. And I think in this match, I really feel like Nianova and Bukian really have to be patient and kind of stay and play within themselves, not go for too much, not try to force it. Morgan and Sikora is one of the best women's teams in the country, and they are very seasoned, very poised. They're going to play their game. They're not going to let much rattle them. I think it's just going to be up to Anya and Sasha to try to maybe make them change it up a little bit. But I think consistent, good, solid play is what's going to do that.
Dave, I agree with you. Charlotte Sikora and Allison Morgan are a very veteran team. Won a Grand Slam last year.
Well, Ed, I want to thank you because most people don't agree with me. I'm going to talk to Drew about having you maybe as a traveling commentator, get you in the booth more.
Having Drew as a brother could be detrimental to your self-confidence. He'd probably tell you that.
It also sometimes adds work to my workload.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're seeing here in the ladies' game,
Very
They-
loose points.
they
very loose
have
points.
not adapted quite yet to the heat. A lot of long balls here.
And Ed, we also do have the pressure of being live streamed on Pro Flight Live.
Oh, I got a ball out of the court here.
Great catch there. Great catch and throw from a lucky fan. Unfortunately, this is not like the U.S. Open. You cannot keep the ball. We need the ball back. I think it's because the players are superstitious. What do you think, Ed?
I think that might be it. Once the ball is in play.
We are using the Xenon Pro Flight paddle ball for all matches. And we see a break of serve here by Morgan and Sakura, and they take a 2-love lead here in the early goings of our first live streamed women's match. Really good return there by Bukian,
Yes.
and a nice poach by Nianova. But again, you saw how relaxed Morgan went back and got that ball off the back screen.
It was a beautiful poach, well executed, and still Sakura had the time to get back and get that back over.
Ed, is that a local legend in the crowd? Is that Dollar Bill?
That is Dollar Bill in the crowd. He was out earlier giving some paddle tips to the men's professionals, as he's so apt to do at many of these events.
Well, it's good to see Dollar Bill and all the fans out here. Again, if you're down near the Avalon Stone Harbor area, please stop by. We're at the 97th Street Platform Tennis Courts here in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. You're watching our first live stream Pro Flight women's match featuring Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sakura taking on Anya Bukian and Sasha Nianova. Morgan Sakura noticing or realizing Bukian starting to see her drive and really hit that return of serve, going to an I formation. Really good pace there by Nianova, forcing the error. And we're back on serve, 1-2. Nianova and Bukian about to serve. And also, we want to just talk about the local sponsors and thank them for their involvement in Pro Flight Live. We have 23K Studios, Max Pizza. We're going to keep going with the Max Pizza count on how many slices executive producer Big E is going to have today. We have Bounce Back Physical Therapy, and we have RJ Sowen's group of Compass Realty. And without them, we can't put these on.
Dave, Max Pizza has been around since 1950. They've been on the boardwalks in Ocean City. They've been in Stone Harbor for some time now, but Just a wonderful family organization. Great pizza. Thin crust, boardwalk pizza like you need at the Jersey Shore. Notice there's a little bit more strategy going on here.
Yeah, and I like that. They're
Yep.
slowing the play down a little bit. They're, again, I think it's kind of their match to win and lose. I don't think Morgan and Sakura are going to really press and do anything that's going to really cause them to lose points. I think they're just going to play their game, and a little bit of a loose error there. Ed, we want to say hello to Big Ron Cummins out there watching. Former NJM, New Jersey Men's Platform Tennis League president and platform tennis advocate and enthusiast. He's watching the live stream, as he does if he can't get there to see the action in person. A little bit of a loose overhead there.
Oh,
Not quite sure why we were switching that ball up
not sure.
to the other side, but a little bit of a loose shot.
Allison Morgan with a little two-hander to the back screen.
Yeah, she's missed a couple of those in a row. But if I had to bet, I think she's going to reel that in a little bit.
Real nice volleying there. Both
Yeah,
sides.
They
Both-
lost the point, but there was very good hands there. Charlotte Sakura serving, 2 games all, 15 love. And it's interesting, Ed, watching this match. You know, Sakura and Morgan are kind of keeping them in the match with a couple of loose points.
Here and there.
See, that's the one we talked about earlier, where
Excellent.
you can't create offense in this weather. Amazing get by Allison Morgan. Really good get. Really good get.
Fantastic. But again, I think you're right. Sakura is a little high. These balls are just bouncing, and there's opportunities for those balls to come back. Let cord winner. Nice return there.
A little bit of luck or unluck, depending on how you want to look at it. We have a little score discrepancy.
Allison, you're right. It was wide. It's 40-15. First point was wide. Volley wide.
All right, we had to go to the announcing booth to clarify the score. In fact, it is 40-15. Now it's 40-30. Charlotte Sakura serving. And we see there, Ed, how fast and quickly defense turns to offense, offense turns to defense in this warm weather.
Seemed to be the same thing back and forth. I would have thought Charlotte hit that ball way too hard, giving the opportunity for it to come back. Came back at her too hard.
And it would be interesting to find out what they're thinking. Is Charlotte doing that to speed up play? She may have hit that ball too hard off the back screen to try to speed up play. Try to get Bukian and Nianova to try to do something more, or maybe she's trying to make something happen with the speed and with the weather, with the bounce of the ball.
Another excellent observation there, Dave. I would agree with that. I think both sides are trying to take the time away from the other team. Just force the thinking to be a little bit quicker, maybe cause another error.
All right, we have Sasha Nianova serving at 2-3, love 15. We have beautiful weather down here in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. We're a block away from the ocean. You're watching Pro Flight Live, the season kickoff. We are once again joined in the booth by tournament director, chairman, organizer, and a few other titles. TK, Tom King. TK, welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. How's this match going, guys?
It's a little bit of back and forth where one team gets up, then the other team's making some mistakes. I think Morgan and Sakura are keeping them in the match a little bit with some loose errors here in the middle stages of this match. But we've seen some great action so far, a lot of good volleys, some great screenplay. We've let our fans know out there what a great event this is, and if they're in the local Stone Harbor, Avalon, Jersey Shore area, come on down and watch live platform tennis.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody that Sunday we have a whole nother round of this going. So everybody's going to play everybody again on Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And it's going to prove to be a great match. So anybody who lost today gets a chance to pay back and get it tomorrow.
We saw a big topspin forehand overhead sail a little bit long there for Charlotte Sakura.
Dave, that's kind of what we've seen here. We had Sakura with 3 really nice two-hand backhands in the middle of the court. She was really controlling the point, and then just a loose overhead.
Also, we want to mention again, we have 2 men's matches going on as well.
Yeah, that's quite a men's match. I just came from over there. It's really going.
We have Palmer and Rams taking on Osis Coing and Humphreys. And we also have Broderick and Wagner taking on Tomas Christian and Eric West. So we have a lot of platform tennis going on here live down in Stone Harbor, 97th Street courts.
I tell you, David, notice a lot of these forehands are drifting long in the heat.
Yeah, and talking earlier with some of the players and just giving my opinion where I don't think the big drive is effective in the warm weather.
Yeah,
because
you're absolutely right.
It sort of turns defense into offense pretty quickly. I think you got to just go with those probing medium-paced drives and even throw in a slower one more so than a faster one, because as much as the hard drive is to control when you're volleying, hitting the hard drive is just hard to keep the ball control at as well and keep it in the court.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you know, those neutral drives kind of make you step in and lock in for a second, setting you up for that lob to get them out of position, and that's what they're looking for, is out of position.
Absolutely. And as we mentioned earlier, Tom, you know, a big thank you to you and Laura Owens for putting this all together and bringing platform tennis down to Stone Harbor.
Oh, you know, we love it. I used to have to drive home to play paddles, but now I can just go down the street and do that. It's really nice.
Tom, not a lot of history about these courts. Dave and I have gone through, but the courts are now 3 years old.
3 years old. This is the third year. Yeah, third year they're here, and growing in popularity every year. And they're actually built on, believe it or not, turf tennis courts that used to be here. So we put 3 courts on the area of 2 turf tennis courts.
And TK, you and I were talking about it yesterday, that now that the platform tennis courts are here, this is just like could be a perfect every day for you, whether it's fishing, playing platform tennis, and then going over to Max for some pizza for lunch.
That is absolutely the triple play that I love, you know. So Max has been around forever. It's actually my first stop when I get to the shore. It's always to go to Max first and get that first slice. And I've been eating that pizza for decades, all the way from Ocean City to Wildwood to here in Stone Harbor. Great, great pizza. And say hello to some of our other great sponsors here. Bounce Back is here. They are a great PT place back home in the main line, right in Wayne. They're really good at helping your joints feel so much better after wear and tear, without surgery, without needles, just naturally and holistically. They are really masters at helping you feel younger and getting back to shape the way you really want to. And RJ Stone's part of Compass Realty. Their team is really great. I know them really well because they actually were the ones who put my whole deal coming to the shore together 9 years ago. They really know the area. They grew up here, so they really know the streets, know what neighborhoods are like, and really go to find you the best thing, whether it's rental or for purchase or for selling. They are awesome, awesome team.
And I'll tell you what, TK, this is one of the first times I've been down to Stone Harbor in a long time. I think I was here for a day or two many years ago, and I would tell everyone out there, you're looking for a place at the shore, look them up because this is a beautiful area.
It sure is.
Again, you see another combination there between the return and blitz from Bukian Nianova.
It was 30-40. That was game. So that's game.
All right, folks, you heard it live from Anya. It's 5-4. Bukian Nianova are up here in our featured women's match this round against Charlotte Sakura and Allison Morgan. We see a little soft touch drop shot there by Allison Morgan, followed up by a beautiful blitz and put away on the volley.
Blitz was well timed.
Really well done. Love 30.
I think this is just a consequence of the heat here, Dave. This is a big serve, and I think it just comes up and it presents too much offense off the back screen.
Well, I also think that Buchanan and Neonova could be pushing, pressing a little bit. They've been playing really well. They're close in the match, but they don't have to press. They don't have to make things happen.
I think they've got a good game plan. I think you're right. It just needs to flow through here.
Oh, a little bit of bad luck there for Allison Morgan. And Ed, she still almost got it off the left cord going sideways.
It was leg cord going sideways, and she almost made it around the post for a real nice winner.
Ed, and I want to tell all the fans out there, if you're in the local Stone Harbor area, platform tennis fans, Bobo Delaney is in the crowd. We'll be signing autographs shortly. Bring your cameras, pictures, and autographs.
Dave, I've been waiting to get out of
Bobo,
this.
yes, they let me out of Bayonne. Or let me rephrase that, they let me into Stone Harbor. So come on down if you're in the area, watch the live action. We have 3 matches going on, all 3 courts. Pizza is here by Max Pizzeria. All right, I think that one was out of the stadium.
That one was gone.
It's 15 all now. Ed, if any fan goes out and retrieves that ball, we're going to give him an ice pop or a slice of pizza. Complimentary from Max Pizza of Stone Harbor.
It's just fortunate the broadcast booth had at its disposal an extra ball.
Listen, you have to be prepared up here, Ed. You have to be prepared. All right, 40-15. Allison Morgan. I'm sorry, 30 all. Allison Morgan serving. And Ed, I think, those are the things where, Sakura and Morgan, they're a seasoned veteran team. Neonova, Buchanan, they're up and coming. Where I think that 30-all return, someone has to volley. You can't miss it. Because, again, there is going to be more pressure on the server having to make that first volley. You can't let him off the hook by missing the return of serve, especially in the net. Maybe get that ball over the net. Make them make a decision. Should I volley it? Should I not volley it?
I'm with you on that one too, Dave. I think we say it all the time in paddle. You have to play the score. I think you're down 30 love. I just don't think it's time that you net one. It's got to be returned. You've got to put the pressure on the other team.
Ed, did you know, in the crowd, we have 2 platform tennis umpires. We have Mark Bliss, longtime platform tennis umpire, and Joe Ryan.
I did not see
Watching
Mark Bliss.
the action.
I saw Joe Ryan, longtime umpire in the Philadelphia area.
Mark Bliss, one of the first original umpires in platform tennis.
Dave, there's a big contingent here watching the other match on the other side here, where Tomas Christian is playing. There's a big contingent here from Aronimink Country Club. Bunch of those folks who had worked with Tomas for many years at Aronimink come out to support him and his efforts here with Eric West.
Well, Ed, Stone Harbor is populated by many Philadelphia residents, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. So that would make sense that they're out there watching Tomas, who was the former assistant over at Aroniming with J.C. Cotto. Now Tomas is up in our part of the world of New Jersey, northern New Jersey, at Beacon Hill Club as the director of rackets. So it's nice to see the local residents supporting Tomas.
Dave, and I would tell you, Christian Dave, Tom King sets up on Saturdays at these beautiful courts in open play. And I've been to several of the open plays, and being that it is 2 hours from Philadelphia, but it's, you know, 2.5 from New York, and we're getting more players that we're seeing down here in Stone Harbor from the North Jersey area that have found that Stone Harbor is a wonderful town.
Well, no, and I think a big part of it is, as I've talked to several of the pros that are playing and just local players, and, you know, one of the first step is you have to have the courts. You know, as more courts pop up in different areas of the country, more people are going to start coming out and playing. And, you know, again, I know Stone Harbor, like many other Jersey Shore towns, has a big population of even pickleball players. But you know what? With the addition of some areas getting the platform tennis courts, you're starting to see more of the pickleball players give it a shot and try it. And, you know, now they're picking up a new winter game and even, you know, early morning, late night summer game when it's not as hot. Great return there by Allison Morgan.
Very controlled, very smart. Little push cross court. Not a big hit, so you didn't see it come back off the back screen. Right.
A little bit of a loose shot there.
A little aggressive on the forehand. Charlotte Sikora is getting this new serve in very nicely. Seems to be growing in confidence as this match is going along with that serve.
Oh, you see another ball going outside of the court. Oh, we have Vincent on it. Vincent's on it. Ed, we're good. We're good, Ed.
We're good.
We're running out of the booth to go look for the stray balls. Remember, if you hit the ball out of the court, which is happening a few times in this warm weather, the team that hits the ball out of the court loses the point. Again, we try to see them hitting that soft waterfall overhead in this weather. They don't want the players, don't want the ball flying off that screen, creating offense for the baseline team. Really good lob there. Not sure what Charlotte was looking for on that one, but really good lob there by Neonova. Great get there.
Allison with a real nice shot there.
That was one of the better points. A lot of action, a lot of great gets there. All right, folks, and that's our match. Morgan and Sakura take down Neonova and Anna Bukian. 8 games to 6. Please stay tuned. We have one more round of coverage coming to you live from Stone Harbor, New Jersey. I'm David Broderick along with Ed Murray, bringing you Pro Flight Live.
Выпал немного. Не знаешь, что они начали делать? Они тебе начали подправо давать. И ты начала чипить, вот столько. Тебе нужно стоять вот так вот. Да, вот просто. Скринаты, что не можешь убежать оттуда? Ты же можешь? Я не знаю, почему ты посередине вот так вот стоишь. Не посередине. Тебе нужно прямо на скрине. Да. Ну окей, ты туда вот не стрельни. Это очень тяжело попасть. И если даже не попаду, то все равно слева сможешь сыграть по восходящему. С такой подачей, как у нее. Извини, я, конечно, не должна тебе говорить, что делать, но мне просто со стороны мы, получается, чопаем, мы сразу же не да.
Excusez-moi. You are sweating.
We're sweating like a pig. What was it? 8-5? 8-5, right?
Yeah. I went wide on one point. The same, we can do that without going. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do the ball, you know, but my goal was really to be like too wild. When I hit my hard one, like there, I got on a wild. And Sam, I want to be able to do that, right? Like great drive, bam, 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 and then on the last one.
your friend gave them to you?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to go net or back?
Net.
Net.
I don't want to move.
How do you do nationals this year?
I got smoked because my partner couldn't do screens.
He was trash.
He can't hit double wires. He can't even hit like a regular screen.
Why are you hitting the flying volley?
I feel like it. I just go like this. He can't even get it up the screen.
Is that your paddle for the year?
This?
Yeah.
I use Xenon.
Cena? Yeah, those are gonna get scrapped up.
Huh?
Those are gonna get scrapped up.
Vince, don't miss that. Let's go. Be better.
Where's that vacuum though? Yeah, you the dog. So no camp this year? What game are you grinding right now?
Rocket League and FIFA.
Rocket League? Rocket League is
Three lobs.
lobs?
Yeah. I'm playing
sweaty?
Rocket League.
All right, 2 more points and I'll go get some water. Gatorade?
Yeah.
I'll get some Gatorade.
Sell some water. Nope.
Yeah, I don't know how they run out. Is it gonna slip out? One more.
Remember last year?
Yeah, I remember. Which one?
My paddle slipped out of my hand and went flying.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Who was that? Boston?
No, that was wait, I think it was.
I think it was Boston.
The bathrooms were ass at Boston.
They were. Smelled like doodoo in there.
Yeah, they were horrible.
Last one. I'm gonna rest it. Gotta change shirts. Alright, let me get some more. Let me change shirts. Let me see. What? Look at this.
That's also slimy.
Sorry about that. You got a girl yet? Do you have a crush? I think I know her name. Rachel.
Eric stopped in the lesson 5 minutes early. All right, time to pick up guys. It's over.
I've perfected I know how many balls are out there, how long it's gonna take for it to go to like 59.
Have you ever like kicked some balls like a little farther away just to like extend the time?
You keep
I'll
the
do
balls
the
in your
feed
pocket.
and one comes out.
No, it's all about the pocket. Yeah.
All right, let's start shooting. Shoot him in. You guys need to warm up or?
Okay.
Mike, do you need to hit a few or are you good? I'm I mean, I would say he's a better padel player than platform player. I mean, I remember, so we played with like the pro there, like the pro. He's pretty good, man. Like this guy, like he plays off the glass, he's funny. So like he walks on, I'm like, dude, like I'm sure you like think you're better than this guy. I'm just telling you, like his volleys, like don't fuck with him, okay? Like whatever else you can do, fine. And he kept going at him, like every time Jared just stuffing the ball down his face. I looked at him like, dude, like you're just not gonna win this one. Like you might beat him on something else, but you're not winning volley to volley. Like it's not happening.
All right, we ready?
Yeah. You good, Phil? Go right into it. Down.
Welcome back to the Battle in the Borough, Pro Flight Live, coming to you from Stone Harbor, New Jersey, 97th Street Platform Tennis Courts. I'm David Broderick along with Ed Murray, bringing you live action. We're in our final round of today's play, and we have Drew Broderick and Mike Wagner taking on Chris Humphreys and Felipe Osas Koenig in our third and final match of the day. Ed, it's been a great day so far. These are our 7th, 8th, and 9th matches of the day.
It has gone very well, and for all you viewers at home, you are not hallucinating. That is Drew Broderick in the deuce side.
And just to remind everyone, or if you're just tuning in, the format is we have 4 men's teams, 3 women's teams. Each team will play against one another today and tomorrow. Every round counts towards the grand prize.
I got it.
And there we go. We see another effect of the ball going out of the court due to the warm weather. But our executive producer, Big E, Pro Flight Live Entertainment, on it. It's an 8-game pro set, 7-all tiebreaker, no ad scoring, with the server getting to choose. And it's 15-40, Chris Humphreys serving in the first game here. So far, Humphreys and Osas Koenig have a 2-0 record. Broderick Wagner trying to get off the schneid as they are 0-2 in this round robin format. It's good offense there, Ed, from Mike Wagner. Bringing it to them, bringing it to them.
It looks like the early strategy here is to go after Mike Wagner, stay away from the national champion on the other side. Mike's got a really, really good two-hand backhand, and you see it there.
All right, Drew Broderick to serve, leading 1-0 here in the third and final round of this round robin format of this year's first edition of Pro Flight Live. And Ed, what was TK saying before? This is the third running of Pro Flight Kickoff Edition in Stone Harbor?
It is. Third year the courts were open. Third year for Pro Flight Paddle.
Great event. We had the stands filled earlier. A lot of local residents coming out to watch, support a really good paddle early season.
Dave, this has turned out really nice. The weather's kind of changed here. We got a wind out of the southeast. You can just feel the temperature drop a little bit here, and it is just delightful here in Stone Harbor, New Jersey.
And we just want to, Ed, I want to remind everyone that we have 3 matches going on. Again, you're watching our featured live stream match of Broderick Wagner taking on Humphreys Osas Koenig. We also have Tomas Christian and Eric West taking on Jared Palmer and Philippe Rams on one of the side courts, as well as Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sakura taking on Vera Besanova and Gussie O'Sullivan. It's been a full packed schedule of platform tennis today, Ed, and the players look like they still have some gas in the tank.
No, I think their competitive nature takes over, as you might expect. They're all very, very competitive. This match is interesting, though, because you've got Humphreys, Aussies, Koenig, a very, very veteran team. Won 2 of the APTA Grand Prix last year, I think.
All right, it's 5:40 here in the second game. Really good hands there by all players. Really good hands. All right, we have another break of serve, so it's 1-all here. First to 8, win by 2, 7-all tiebreaker. And again, Ed, we see there where with the temperature, Humphreys made a really good decision to let that drive go through and take it off the back screen. And now they're back in the point. And I'll tell you what, I think, you know, watching a lot of these guys and newer players coming into platform tennis, you know, I think Chris Humphreys is one of the better players up at the net, one of the tougher players to play against. He has so many shots that he can hit, but he also, he can kind of hide his shots. He can hit several different shots off of the same look, you know, where a lot of times with people, you know, you see them getting ready for a shot and you kind of know what's coming. You know, I think he's very deceptive when he's hitting his overheads, and it's kind of hard to attack him.
Dave, I think that's right. He's got all the shots, and it seems like the ability to hold the one look and get multiple shots out of it is probably the differentiator there.
And, you know, I've watched him play for a couple of years now, and you know, I think when he's playing in regular tournaments, you know, I think he should go for more of those shots. I think he makes a high percentage of them, and I think he could put a lot more pressure on some of the, you know, on all the top teams just by going for, you know, doing a little bit more with the ball, putting a little bit more pressure on them.
Mike Wagner with another one of his two-hand backhands. Very nice play. There's another nice one off the roller. Great volleying by Osage Koenig.
You just see there like a wall up there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good guess. Way to get on top of the net and stuff that volley. That's the problem with the change of pace if the net team is on it. Again, you see a lot of the players hitting their overheads, aiming at the corner, aiming at the nick to try to end the points in this warm weather.
Hey, Dave, this is interesting if we're watching here. Humphreys is hitting a lot of these overheads into the deuce side. Lefty's more natural hitting to the deuce side. But with Drew Broderick being over there as a lefty, it kind of negates that. It's interesting to watch the play here of the two lefties.
A little bit, but I think Chris is going to be careful with the balls that he does go over to Drew's corner. You know, I know he's going to do everything he can to get that ball into the side screen. I don't think he's worried if Drew just gets the ball back. He just wants to make sure that he's not hitting any shots that turns into offense for Drew. You know, and I think that's going to be the same thoughts and concepts and strategies, you know, in January when it's 10 degrees out, or December when it's, you know, 5 degrees out, or whatever the case may be. It's just now they've got to be a little bit more mindful of it and a little bit more careful. And we had a hole there by Osis Koenigs to take a 2-1 lead. Mike Wagner to serve. And again, we just want to thank our local sponsors, 23K Studios, Max Pizza, Bounce Back Physical Therapy, RJ Sowens Group of Compass Realty. We mentioned it a few times, Ed. Laura Owens and Tom King doing a great job putting this together as tournament hosts, tournament sponsors.
Good hands there by Drew Broderick. Excellent volley.
They're putting on a really good show, and they even brought in some good weather. To your point, right now it's about 15 degrees cooler than when we started.
Dave, I think if we ask the players, they might suggest we start at this time next year.
You might be right. You might be right. Really good touch there on the volley down the middle. Barely getting that ball to the screen. Mike Wagner serving 15-40, 1-2.
Oh, great
Really
shot
good,
there
really
from
good
Mike
forehand.
Wagner. Good forehand to the nick.
All right, we want to welcome back Tom King, TK.
How you boys doing?
All right, we're in the middle of this third and final live stream match for today.
And feels like the heat's gone down a good 10 degrees. It's really nice out now.
No, it's beautiful. We checked the Doppler and it says 15.
Wow.
15 degrees. Our producer, Big E, said he's got to go to the truck and get a sweater. He's getting a little chilly. TK, it's been a great day. A lot of good, fun platform tennis.
Absolutely.
A lot of fans coming out to support this. We have local legend in the house, Dollar Bill. We had Hall of Famer earlier on, Bobo Delaney, who I think you've mentioned before, very instrumental in helping getting these courts in.
Absolutely. It was a very big group effort. I'll tell you, incredible rallies today. I know the hot weather helps, but these guys are really getting everything. Long, long rally here. Osis Koenig and Humphreys at the net. And Drew and Wagner are battling it at the baseline here, getting everything back.
And Humphreys, Osis Koenig are hitting really good overheads.
They are.
They're not giving Broderick and Wagner many opportunities to attack.
Tough ball in the nick.
Yep.
And that just adds to the pressure that, you know, when you're hitting good overheads for the baseline team, when they get one opportunity, it puts pressure on it that you have to make something happen. You almost feel like if this is my only opportunity, I better go for it.
Yep.
Sometimes you create mistakes for yourself with that mentality. Yeah, it's
Nice.
2 balls into the nick back to back.
Nice little poach there from Humphreys, though. He read the cross court, just jumped in front of it, right to the neck.
I tell you, it's almost like you have to cut off every overhead that's headed for the nick. You know, otherwise you could be in real trouble. A rare backhand miss from Drew.
And we always like seeing TK the live stream pictures. People at home taking pictures, sending them to us.
Absolutely.
We got our first one of the year from
Who's it from?
One of the paddle boy or paddle boys, the paddle boy, Ara Kantarjian.
Nice.
Not Kardashian, but Kantarjian. We just want to remind everyone, TK, what time is play going to begin tomorrow?
Play begins at 10 a.m. tomorrow and probably go till around 1 o'clock. We want to give some of the players a chance to get home. Some of them come from pretty far away.
And again, we're in our 3rd round of this round-robin format today, coming live from Stone Harbor, New Jersey. Drew Broderick serving 1-4 against Chris Humphreys and Felipe Osis Koenig.
So what's really interesting about this format is no matter how bad you do today, you have the chance to reverse the whole thing tomorrow.
That is true. Well, platform tennis is a second opportunity game. Second chances.
Nice drop shot by Philippe. Another nick serve. Able to get it all, though.
You really see, TK, in the warm weather, how long the players are waiting to let that ball come to them.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Humphreys pinching twice, but they win over him, and Philippe was there to help him out on behind. They have a really nice communication going. Oh, Humphreys trying a little short pickle shot in the kitchen there. Huh?
Tried to give him the old long dink.
Ah, that one hugged the
Yep.
hugged the fence over there and wires and would not come out. So it's good
All right.
serve by Drew.
Back to 30 all here. We're in the 6th game of this match.
Oh, great
Yeah,
overhand,
another-
top spin overhand by overhead by Mike. That was great.
And again, you notice they're aiming for the nick. That seems to be the easiest way right now if they can hit the nick to end points.
Yep.
He really wanted that. Drew really wanted that because they were up. It was,
Remember, in this format, it's no ad scoring. The server gets to pick who they serve to. All right, we have a break of serve here.
It's
Chris Humphries
5-1.
serving. 5 games to 1. Correction, Felipe Osis Koenig to serve.
oh, great drive. Looking for that short ball. Drew took advantage, pushed it through, and Chris unfortunately could not get that one.
You know, that was one of the more patient points that they've played and capitalized on the opportunity.
Yep.
Because Humphries and Osis Koenig are not giving them many opportunities.
Oh, that was unlucky.
But that's Mike Wagner's shot there. That's one, that two-hander off the side, off the back wall.
Another unlucky moment there.
Just carried long on him.
Short ball and pushed it out a little bit.
You know, and the score's a little lopsided, but, you know, you watch the last couple of points, and it literally has been inches between it being a closer set on several shots.
Yeah, you're right about that, Dave. The score does not reflect how good these rallies are. And Chris with a little slasher there.
But that was 4 different overheads in a row that Humphries played there.
All right, a hold there for Osis Koenig.
They're switching at 6-1, right?
It is
6-1?
Humphries, Osis Koenig are leading 6 games to 1. This is going to be a big hold here for Mike Wagner. Again, just to let everyone else out there watching know, besides our live stream match here, we also have 2 other courts going. The other men's match is Tomas Christian and Eric West are taking on Jared Palmer and Philippe Rams. And in our women's match in this 3rd and final round, we have Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sikora taking on Vera Besanova and Gussie O'Sullivan. Remember, if you're in the local Stone Harbor, Avalon area, please stop by tomorrow morning as matches are going to resume. TK, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning?
Yes, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Matches will be started. Same format, 3 rounds. All 4 men's teams will play one another. All 3 women's teams will play one another as well. Really good volleys there.
That was a great overhead by Drew. Tough nick ball that he just took out. Just out.
Mike hits a great shot, and Felipe responds with a better one.
Excellent.
Really
excellent
good volleys. Yeah.
The players in the crowd alike look like they love the Max Pizza, which is usually jam-packed every night here at the Shore. So if you ever have a chance to go there, it is some really, really good pizza. Bounce Back also, our PT sponsor for physical therapy, did a really nice thing and gave all the players a gift of Mag 5 roll-ons and heat and cold, which is really good. It's great for players. They do a lot of team sports, and what they do is they use this cream after kids play in sports, and a lot of pro teams as well. And they have a lot of great ingredients to help heal your joints so you feel better after you play. And the luck swings the other way as Drew Broderick hits the net and gets one past Chris Humphreys.
Can that be a turning point? Can that be a turning point in this match?
Let's see.
TK, we know how fast the momentum can switch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And already, sides are changing right now. Oh, a dribble over the net by Chris Humphreys.
Low chicken wing, just made it over the net. More of the transition game we're seeing here.
Osis Koenig is doing a great job of reading the net and pinching in to be able to take balls early. And looks like it's paying off.
Well, Dave, that was the pain of the short overhead there.
There's no defense for that. Well-spotted drive, forehand drive there by Mike Wagner.
David looked like a fantastic drive, but again, Humphreys with the speed going back and getting it.
I also think from the baseline, Humphreys, Osis Koenig are one of the better lobbing teams in the game.
deuce game.
All right. That is 2 games to 7 here.
And you might be right, Dave. That could have been the momentum shifter.
That let cord. It's just 1 point. Drew Broderick to serve. Trying to stay in this set here against Chris Humphreys and Felipe Oshis-Koenig. It's turning into a beautiful night here in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, over on 97th Street at the Platform Tennis Courts for the 3rd running of the Battle in the Borough. 30 love here. Broderick serving.
Looks like a rare miscommunication between Osix, Koenig, and Humphreys there. It looks like Humphreys just pulled up a little bit on that one.
40-15. I think even though Humphreys and Oshis-Koenig are in control of this set right now, I don't think they can take their foot off the gas. I think they have to just keep playing the way they've been playing, look for those offensive opportunities, and play their game.
Dave, I think that's right. If I remember here, I think there's every deuce game except for one, Humphreys and Osix, Koenig won. It just seems like they're winning the big point.
Yep.
There's not a lot separating these two teams, but when it comes to the big point.
Really good backhand, good get by Mike Wagner off the back screen. But again, there's another example of taking a team's offensive shot and turning it into offense for yourself. Really good blitz there. Good hands by Oshis-Koenig. 40-30. Also, Ed, we have to remember back at one point it was 40 love. And then there was a fault. And now it's deuce. Match point number 1.
That is correct. Dave, you've never lost a love 40 game, have you?
No, not from over here. All right, and they hold on to the deuce point. And it is now 3 games to 7. Oshis-Koenig to serve.
Help.
Really good lob there.
Good hands there from Mike Wagner. Allowed Drew to really finish that off.
All right, 15 all here. 15-30. All right, I was mistaken on that score. It is actually Mike Wagner's going to serve 4-7. A little bit of a momentum swing here. They've won 3 games in a row.
Nice wins, big points here. Here we go.
We have a result from our women's match. Morgan and Satora defeated Vesanova and O'Sullivan 8-4.
No! Get it to the screen.
If we can, we'll try to get you a result of the Christian West Palmer Rams match.
That was a long.
Ed, I think that was another match point saved.
I think it was. It was a beautiful poach there by Drew Broderick. Real nice forehand there by Mike
Wagner
Wagner.
coming up with a big forehand there.
And got
All right,
got the ad back.
I think this is match point number 3.
That's long.
All right, well, that was game. We have Chris Humphrey serving, trying to close it out. 7-5. Good overhead there, yeah, just missed.
Deep. Mike Wagner with a real nice dig there.
Like I said earlier, Ed, I want to see Humphreys, Osis, Koning keep that pressure up, hitting the different spins, different overheads at the net.
And now we see these teams settling in, playing conservatively, trying to probe for exactly where the weakness is.
And again, I don't think Broderick Wagner had as many opportunities earlier on, and I think it's part of just Humphreys and Osis Koning taking their foot off the gas a little bit. You know, at 1-7 we saw a let cord for Broderick and Wagner. Then we saw one or two more. And again, we were talking about it earlier, how the momentum switches so fast in platform tennis.
That's great hands by Drew Broderick. Cutting that off. I think Mike Wagner hit that wide.
Yeah, that was a really good, fun point. Very athletic, a lot of good gets. I was about to say it was very acrobatic. It was mildly acrobatic. I think we're at another match point here, Ed.
That's exactly where we are. Miss at the net there for Osix Koenig.
Really good serve there by Chris Humphries. See here, Drew looking to take more of these overheads, use some of that lefty spin. Really good over lob, setting up that big backhand.
Great volley there by Mike Wagner. A miss from Osix Koenig there.
And
I think that's another game.
It is. It's 7-6. Ed, we may have to get another Max Pizza over here if we go into overtime.
We're well past cocktail hour, Dave.
It's always cocktail hour somewhere.
Here in Stone Harbor, where it is beautiful and the sun is setting over the back bays, there's a number of places to catch a sunset. If you're looking to have a happy hour cocktail or food item.
That was a nice view last night at that restaurant. What was it, Buckets?
We were at Buckets Cantina. Excellent Mexican and margarita bar.
Nice views of the bay. A lot of boat activity.
Nice overhead there by Broderick. Really turned Humphries around.
What good catch. Again, Drew Broderick serving, back on serve. 6-7. Here in our last and final match of Pro Flight Live.
Good lob there. And I think that's it, Dave.
Yeah. Humphreys and Osis Koenig prevail. Little hiccup there in the middle of the set. They defeat Broderick and Wagner 8-6. Ed, I want to thank you for joining me in the booth today. It's been an exciting, fun day of platform tennis. I want to thank all the listeners and viewers out there for watching. Again, we want to say thank you to our local sponsors, 23K Studios, Max Pizza, Bounce Back Physical Therapy, RJ Sowens Group with Compass Realty. Also couldn't have made this happen without Tom King and Laura Owens and all the spectators, and a special thank you, especially, appreciate all the players coming down and playing and putting on a great show. And hopefully everyone either comes down live to Stone Harbor and watches at the 97th Street Platform Tennis Courts, or you can tune in tomorrow live, 10 o'clock in the morning. Action starts. And this is David Broderick and Ed Murray thanking you once again from the Battle in the Borough live in Stone Harbor, New Jersey.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. So you're dumpster ride redrive. Right. So you're not. So no, we're never getting caught in this area. Right. Right. Yeah. This one.
That's tomorrow. Yeah, go 3-0 tomorrow. Make it up.
Get to even Steven.